Hello everyone. Today I am going to start new chapter transpiration. All plants from the smallest weed to the tallest tree which is several meters tall need water. You know that plants are not mobile. Then how do they manage to get water right up to the tallest branches? You know that plants absorb water through their roots. So only small percentage of this water is used by the plants. The rest gets evaporated from the surface of leaves. Clear? So this evaporation of water from the plant is called transpiration. So transpiration is the loss of water in the form of water vapor from the leaves and other aerial parts of the plant. Clear class? The loss of water in the form of vapors from the aerial parts of plants is known as transpiration. Let us perform a simple experiment to show that transpiration takes place in plants. We take a medium-sized, well-water potted plant. Then we cover it with a transparent polythene bag A and tied its mouth at the base of the stem. Next to the potted plant, we place an empty polythene bag B with its mouth tied, and then we expose this setup to sunlight for an hour or two. Drops of water will appear on the inner side of polythene bag A. The polythene bag B will not show any water drops in it. The leaves give up water vapor, and due to condensation of the water vapor, tiny drops of water can collected. The water vapors condense only if the outside temperature is cool enough. Clear class? So this experiment shows that plants give out water to the atmosphere through transpiration. If we test with dry cobalt chloride paper, the drops will be confirmed as water only if the blue paper turns pink. If water will be there, then blue paper will turn pink. Now there is another experiment. With the help of that, we will demonstrate transpiration in plants. In this experiment, there will be three setups: setup A, setup B and setup C. For setup A, we take a well-watered potted plant. You can see this. And we try to choose that plant in which leaves are broad. Okay, then what we do, we enclose the pot completely within a polythene bag. You can see in this image, this polythene bag, pot is covered with polythene bag, and then we tie the mouth of the bag around the base of the stem. Do you know, class, why we do this? Why we cover pot inside the polythene bag, within the polythene bag? Because if we will not enclose pot within the polythene bag, then water will evaporate from the soil which is inside the pot. So when we enclose the pot completely within a polythene bag, then this would prevent the escape of water vapor from the pot. After this, we cover the whole plant under a bell jar. You can see potted plant is covered by a bell jar. Now next setup B. In this we will arrange in similar way like setup A. We will take one potted plant, then we will cover pot within the polythene bag, and then we will tie its mouth with the stem of that plant. Clear? And then we will cover it with a bell jar exactly in the same manner as the first one. Clear? But one difference is here. And what is that difference? Here we will keep a piece of dry cobalt chloride paper. You can see this paper inside. Okay, dry cobalt chloride paper. Do you know, class, why we use cobalt chloride paper? Because cobalt chloride paper is an indicator of moisture. If there will be moisture, then this blue color paper turns into pink color, and if there will be no moisture, then blue will be like that only. It will remain unchanged. Okay, after setup A and setup B, we arrange setup C. In this setup, we take one bell jar, but inside the bell jar, we do not keep any plant. Is it clear? This third bell jar will be without the plant. But inside the bell jar, we place a piece of cobalt chloride paper. Clear, class? Cobalt chloride paper will be there inside the bell jar. After that, we keep all these three bell jars together in the sun. After keeping all these three bell jars in the sun, we leave about half an hour, and then we observe all these three bell jars. When we see first bell jar A, easily we can see water vapor condensing on its inner walls. Now what about bell jar B? In this also we can see similar condensation, and at the same time that blue cobalt paper will be turned into pink color. Is it clear? Due to this moisture. When we observe third bell jar C, inside the bell jar there is no water drop, and the color of the cobalt chloride paper is unchanged. Is it clear, class? You can see that blue color of the cobalt chloride paper does not change at all, and there are no water drops on the jar's inner walls. The third bell jar in this experiment is a control setup, okay, which proves that there is no moisture in the air due to transpiration, as there was no plant in it. Clear, class? You know that inside the bell jar there is no plant. If no plant, no transpiration, and if no transpiration, then no moisture. Okay, so if there will be no moisture, then cobalt chloride paper blue color will not change into pink color. It will be unchanged. A control setup controls for other factors. Okay, class? It is used for comparison in order to verify the conclusion of an experiment. So, by this experiment, we can give double visual proof of transpiration. First, condensation of water vapor into droplets, and second, change of color in cobalt chloride paper.